Hi, this is Diana Hillis, a realtor with Windermere Prestige Properties, and I want to talk about credit scores. Credit scores are something that impacts so many areas of our life, whether we are purchasing a home, purchasing a car, trying to find a rental property, or applying for a credit card, to name a few. So I've asked the folks at Nova Home Loans to help me out with a discussion on credit scores. I have Linda from the loan area, and I have Idalia from the credit services department. And so we're going to have a discussion around it. Let me just start by asking the simplest of questions. What is a credit score and how is it developed? How is it created?
A credit score is determined based on your credit use of different types of accounts, such as a revolving account, an installment, an auto loan, which is considered an installment account. Credit cards are considered revolving accounts. Your utilization of your credit that is issued to you by various organizations is what compiles your credit FICO score. Creditors use that to determine your ability to repay debt and your ability to be responsible with managing your debt.
So if I can interrupt for a minute, if you're talking about, kind of how you manage it, but how does it start? I mean, when you say manage it, so if I pay my car payment a little bit late, it's going to have a negative impact. But if I have a credit, let's say a limit of $10,000 on my credit card, is it just making my monthly payments, or what impacts it, and how do they know? Go ahead, Idalia.
Yes. So your FICO score is based on five different attributes: your history of payment, the amount of payments that you owed on based compared to the available credit limit that a creditor has provided you. Also, the length of credit history. That means, do you have accounts that have been established for long periods of time versus accounts that have just recently been established, meaning, 2 to 3 months old. Those accounts will not generate as much of a FICO score impact if we're referring strictly to FICO scores at the moment. They won't generate as much of a FICO score number in reference to points, as opposed to an account that has been established for long periods of time, let's say 6 months to a year or longer. It's also determined by the new credit history, as we mentioned, and also by the types of credits that are used, such as an installment account, which is typically an auto loan, a revolving account, which is also a credit card, as well as a mortgage account, which of course it's tied to a mortgage loan. So your ability to maintain those accounts current, meaning making payments on a timely basis, and also comparing the amount of debt that is owed against those accounts, would in fact provide you a higher credit score.
Okay, and then you said the type will also possibly impact your credit score. So is there a negative type of credit that can be on your credit report that would negatively impact you, like a payday loan or something?
Well, no, a payday loan it's not an issue unless it's delinquent. It typically doesn't report on a consumer's credit report until it's gone delinquent, and then it reports as a collection account. Yes, and that will have a potentially, well, actually it won't potentially, it will definitely have a negative impact on a consumer's credit score. For example, if somebody has excellent credit, let's say they have one installment loan, one revolving account, and whether or not they have a mortgage account is fine, but all of a sudden they've kept those accounts current, and all of a sudden they have a collection pop up on their credit report. Whether that collection has a small balance or a large balance, it really doesn't matter when it comes to the score. It negatively impacts the consumer score, and you could see a potential drop in score, anywhere from 50 to 100, 150 points. The better the consumer score were at the time prior to that collection reporting, the farther the scores will fall if a derogatory, such as a collection account, is reflected against their scores.